I'm here today with David Shaner, author of the new book, The 7 Arts of Change, Leading Business Transformation That Lasts. David, thanks so much for being here. So David, for people who are thinking about reading your book, talk a little bit about the kinds of increases or improvements in performance that they might expect based on the 7 arts.
I believe the introduction alone, where I pose 6 simple questions, can significantly enhance the way you think about life, work, and especially the process of successfully executing personal change. You know, people tell me, they read the book and they say, you know, it awakens for me some sort of common sense truth. That is, it provides a no-nonsense account of what it really takes to change. A common reaction I hear from people who have read the book is, why didn't I think of that? The 7 arts are so basic, so simple, and so sensible. In the book, I provide examples and case studies using past clients to explain both the change process as well as the benefits. In the case of Duracell batteries, for example, we experienced a 2,000% increase in shareholder value, a 650% increase in revenue, a 24% compounded increase in gross alkaline unit sales, and a 400+% improvement in operational efficiencies. And remember, the employees were owners. All of this culminated into the purchase of the company by Gillette for $7.82 billion. Look, I'm not inventing any new truths here. I'm merely pointing out what we already know deep inside us, common sense truths, but we fail to fully develop. People want a quick fix for every problem or challenge. However, our nation's problems are deep and complex. I am truly excited that finally this book is out. I'm excited by the positive reaction. Again, I hope it's a mustard seed for positive change in corporate America. I am also tremendously honored by the advance praise and the wonderful endorsements from past and current clients.
What is it that inspired you to write this book?
The first thing that I would want to explain, I guess, is I'm a perpetual optimist. The cup is always half full. And when I kind of envisioned this book, I really was thinking, you know, maybe it could be like a mustard seed, just a spark to create positive change in corporate America, specifically to help our economy. Let me explain the problematic that really drives my thinking here. I believe right now, today, the most critical national security threat that we face today is a weak economy. Our nation's debt is astronomical. If the dollar were not de facto the go-to currency in international trade, we'd be looking at our balance sheet as though we were Greece or other countries right now really struggling in Europe and Eastern Europe. How about this? Our high unemployment rate absolutely cripples our ability to grow the economy. I believe that practicing the 7 arts of change is literally a way out. Simply stated, by changing the way we work, we can accomplish 3 things. Number 1, we can compete much more effectively in a global economy. Number 2, we can stop the outsourcing of our jobs. And number 3, we can employ many more Americans. Helping our economy get back on track is the reason I wanted to share the 7 arts change process.
David, could you provide us with a brief overview of the book? And tell us a little bit about what you mean by changing the way that we work.
Okay, well, let's understand first. That which binds us all together is change. We all live in a world that challenges us because everything around us evolves on a daily basis. Things are impermanent, things are in flux. Look, our relationships change every day, the requirements of our job change, even our careers might have to change with the times. This book is about learning to manage change in business and in daily life. By changing the way we work, I mean practicing the 7 arts so that we can learn to be the best we can be in order to take our game and our ability to compete globally to a whole nother level. It means creating a work environment where everyone is provided the tools and information to succeed. I call that boardroom awareness. It means breaking down barriers that are not only personally upsetting at work, but compounded, it prevents an organization from executing at its highest possible level. This so-called formula for success is simply based upon my entire life of study, trying to be the best that I can be. That's how I was raised. But I also want to help others to be the best that they can be, and I've tried to do this pursuing multiple disciplines. I am truly grateful for my teachers and mentors who have guided me. God knows they've got patience with me. But I have highlighted these individuals and kind of acknowledged their contributions to this 7 arts process. The fact is, what I've learned, the 7 arts process works. I mean, works for everybody in every situation that I've ever been in. And therefore, look, after 30 years of consulting and 30 years of teaching at the university, I simply wanted to share these discoveries with as many people as I can.
I've read the book, and I have to say, your life story is amazing. From India to Aspen, Argentina to Japan and Russia, you've experienced success in academia, in athletics, and in business. What is it that makes the 7 arts so universally effective?
The reason why the 7 arts, or I believe, are so universally effective is because we all have at least 3 things in common. The first is change. I've already mentioned that. The second is we all have to go to work. And the third is we all have some kind of value system, belief system, or spiritual life that we live by. The challenge is to learn to practice our highest values, not just at the church or the synagogue or the temple, but at work. The good news is practicing your highest values at work is great for business competitiveness. When everyone in the organization is treated with dignity and respect, pursuing noble ideals and goals in the workplace, that's when you can tap the full potential of the organization. And at the same time, this 7 arts process can enhance the quality of life for every single person in the organization working every single business day. Think about it. The average life expectancy is 27,500 days. And yet, we spend the bulk of our waking hours at work. And yet we spend much of that time wishing we were somewhere else, with our families, pursuing our hobbies, where we might feel more engaged and able to practice our highest values. On a cumulative basis, think about this. I see a tremendous economic loss for this country simply because management has not learned how to break down barriers and engage people fully in the enterprise of business. Our global competitiveness suffers simply because most companies are operating unknowingly with their emergency brake on. I'd like to be a voice for change by showing people how to truly put people first in the enterprise of business.
David, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
If you're interested in learning more about the 7 arts, go to davidshaner.com, where you can find video content and a blog all about the 7 arts. Thanks very much.